Well, it's been 1 year official since the WHO declared a pandemic worldwide. Now, I am definitely not in this country, Greece behind me. I am in Taiwan right now, and I have been for the last 20 years. And today in this topic, I want to talk about the state of investing and the state of the younger generation, even my generation, and how we've been given access to handle our money, if at all we have had a chance. Now, I want to talk to you a little bit about my history and my views and opinions, but also where I stand going forward and also looking back with the tools we have, pretty much the tools we have in our hands, right? 1999 decided to leave the USA as the height of the tech market bubble. They were expecting this huge crash around 1999. Internet tech companies were throwing money at startups left and right. Well, pretty much sold everything I had and moved to Taiwan at the height of that. As they said, the bubble was collapsing. Well, it never really did. A lot of companies did collapse and close up, but it just kept on moving and moving. Progressed forward, and eventually saving enough money to pay off my student loans, which is still something people do in the USA because of the heightened risk and fear that kids don't know how and what they're getting into when they deal with this massive debt. $50,000, $60,000, and then you graduate. What are you going to do? How are you going to pay this off? Because it just piles on the pressure and the stress for you to have a job and to pretty much buckle down and try and just live day to day. And that's what people are doing even today. They're living day to day. So when people go in and they actually think about investing, as I did over here about 10 or 15 years ago, my only choice was to deal with companies in Hong Kong, Charles Schwab, Fidelity, and that was to have access to at least 10,000 US dollars. For me even to think about starting up any kind of savings / trading stock market at the time, and that was pretty much mutual funds or any other kind of investment funds for a long-term future for myself to retire to, because I pretty much knew early on that if I liked living over in Asia or living somewhere else, I could not count on Social Security to sustain life. I already saw what happening to my grandparents and even what's happening right now in the USA, because Social Security is not enough to live off of. It's barely enough just to pay rent month to month. And people even today having access to a 401k and a lot of other investment funds, it's not possible for the average person. Now, average, I mean somebody they're both working and pretty much learning to survive day to day. We haven't had the access to tools like we do now, and as I mean tools, we have phones and apps. That's pretty much it. Phones and apps to invest our money and invest our time without being swindled head over heels by the tech industry and all the investment houses that just want to take money and take a bunch of profits off us because we're not mature enough or don't understand the markets enough. Well, that's not what we've seen in the last few years. Robinhood came out, the app came out, and yes, people jumped on that because it's a very, very friendly, and it is a great designed app for investing money. But there's always a downside to it. There's always something hidden, and that's where the recent Senate hearings have talked about the methods and strategies that they use to lure people in. And I was watching the recent Senate hearing about this with everything about Wall Street bets and how the app pretty much lures people in, and yes, people have lost tens of thousands of dollars, but also people have made tens of thousands to even millions of dollars off this. And they've learned, yes, the hard way. Even though an app can have a great, fantastic design, it's something's lurking under the surface that is not right. Where there are other trading houses, Fidelity, for example, doesn't have the greatest user experience, and it's a very old website, HTML version, to really get through and invest. It does take time. Hopefully in the future they will come out with something a little bit easier, but something that really irked me was how and what the older generation, especially the hedge fund manager, even CNBC, Jim Cramer, what they think of the younger generation and their inability to understand stocks. What I've learned on the Wall Street bets and also the stocks and investing on Reddit is people really have built a strong community. If you have money to invest and you're really serious about it, you're going to learn and take your time to invest because the tools are there. The internet is there. There's YouTube, and there are people within there that do serious investing, but also they do their research. And that's what I've learned a lot from, is reaching out to people, reading some posts. Yes, some are a lot of memes, but a lot of it is really good detailed. a lot of good detailed information for you to learn about things. And that's where I think the people in Congress and even the Senate don't understand this generation. They feared people being sucked in and losing their money and just being taken for a ride. Well, that's what social media is. I've been off social media for the last year, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and it really, yes, it did destroy me. I hated it. I hated every part of it. And since I've been off, it's been fantastic. And it's some mental health issues that we're all dealing with. And of course, you want to get that all of that adrenaline rush of investing money and doing things just like people invest and get those likes on social media. But what I've seen are the positive sides of social media. People building a YouTube channel, people building different, even just branding themselves and making money off of that to develop themselves and to learn of things they can do. And that has been phenomenal. I mean, for me, I've been pretty much started out watching a lot of YouTube, but then really branched out into different areas. But watching somebody such as Casey Neistat and Sean Durst and seeing them in particular, how they became friends in that community of YouTube, but branched out into different areas and just watching how their businesses and brands have evolved. Sean Durst has done a phenomenal job with his space station brand and gaming, where Casey Neistat has done gone down a different avenue for social media, looking at his filmmaking and his lifestyle that he wants to pursue. But I look at the way they carry themselves, because that's important. We look to people and to develop our time as how we carry ourselves. And that is important, to have that belief in each other. And for Wall Street Bets and the whole community there, people, they carry themselves with dignity and respect, because they're here and to see what the hedge funds and the stock market people and have been doing for so long, and they're sick and tired of it. They're sick and tired of not being able to get out of that trap of living day to day. And that's even for me, living day to day. So that's we have the tools with us, but we need more regulations to help control these investment houses to not steamroll the middle class and just basic people who want to make money, who want to get involved in the stock market and have access to things they never had before. And that's what it's all about, is just getting out of this daily trap of living day to day. And hopefully there's stimulus checks in the USA and even places around the world, especially in Taiwan, raising the standard of living for everybody. That's important, and that's the bottom line. So for all of you out there, thanks for listening. And I know we're all trying to get out of this lifestyle of living day to day and to really invest ourselves, invest our time smart and smart money, and to really have something for the future. Because remember, again, from what I've seen in the last 4 years of the U.S. political situation, is people are in it to make money only, to make money for other people and to promote themselves. But what I see right now is they're not just making money, the Democratic side and also even the left side, even if they're not political, but people just want to make money to survive, to have a better lifestyle, to improve their way of life. And that's the most important thing, to improve their way of life for everybody in the community. Because it's not about one person, it's about the community. And that's what I really look toward Wall Street Bets. So anyway, if you understand what I'm saying, take a watch of this guy. He made a bet GameStop would get to 250, and what he decided to do, he made a bet to eat a crayon. That's just fun. So nobody's getting hurt. People are trying to make some money. Hope you do too. So stay safe, stay healthy, and wear masks. Hopefully we'll get rid of this pretty quickly. Thanks for watching.
But fuck it. It hit 250 in after hours. And I'm drunk and I've got a green crayon. This is kind of gross. Oh God. That was White Claw, baby. That was a delicious crayon.